Astra Patch or not very new anymore, but she's got 5 stars now. But also Omen losing all that one-way capability, which this is a map where he did have a lot of one-way. So for example, a lot around Garage and C, and you can put a lot around A as well, where just they're not possible anymore. Like there's some really powerful smokes that have just been taken completely out of the game.
Yeah, unfortunately, those smokes are definitely going to be impacting how they're going to be playing. I'm pretty confident about that. Even though it has been in the game for a really long time, so it's kind of one of those maps that's quite mature in terms of the overall strategy. And I think just how these characters have been changed over time is the only real mix-up that's been provided in this.
Definitely. We're seeing a really sort of wide default here, but very far back we're seeing. There's some initiation towards Garage.
Yeah, and it seems like one of the teams here are going to go for a rotate, calling that they are likely going to be stacking on C site, which they are. Keeping an eye on B. Going up slowly up here on long. Not found any information just yet. They just kind of heard some noise.
Oh, and it looks like we've got a pretty shady gunfight going on here. A Shorty holding close to the Garage. We're testing. Seeing if Ulster wants to walk up and see, but it seems like he's being very patient here, and the execute's going to start coming in.
And here comes the cage and the site execute here from PUG, for PUG Squad here on the defense. Coming out with the Neon here, trying to get some extra site control here, some space. They are taking these duels, and they are winning these pistol fights cleanly. And that is a clean retake there from PUG Squad.
That's absolutely ludicrous from Zank there. He's just jumped up, taken one, taken another through the smoke, just spraying with that ghost, and he's just taken 3 by himself.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible, absolutely crazy plays. Clearly I need to be far more excited about this because I haven't seen those kind of plays in years. Ooh.
It's definitely cool seeing these Neon plays, like, considering how weak she was in the patch before. She wasn't able to get these sliding or as much sort of leniency with the running gun or the running slides or whatever, but she's just got so much more power now, and especially on those retakes where they've taken a lot of time to get onto the site, and they can almost take the time to flood defend because they've read the game perfectly. Like, they've moved away from A so quickly, and they're just leaving one player in Austin Air just sat there to defend A. And because they've got the right read, it's just a really easy flood defend, especially with all the speed and utility to get a quick execute out.
Yeah, PUG team would definitely be doing incredibly well with those rotates and kind of those moves, but oh, Nostalgia there! Able to get an incredibly clean kill there onto one of the players. But unfortunately, though, they are going to be trying to take A, and I don't think it matters because PUG Squad have already gone around and rotated. And Austin there cleans up with a nice 3k there on the site. Beautiful.
There we go. Now we see that Radiant start to come through. The Ares shit in hand is so powerful on this map as well. The Sova Ares combo, and he's just going to take down 3 by himself. It's a really, really clean eco round. That's exactly what you want to be seeing from second round of defense after a pistol win. And I mean, you know, they've not lost a lot there. They've also got really good guns coming into this. We've got an Outlaw, we've got a Vandal, still got that Ares in hand, but a Judge and a Sheriff is not a bad showing either.
Yeah,
we're also going to get a first look here at the regen shield. We've got Jet with a regen shield and a Vandal on Shu on this attack side. And again, they're playing really far back.
Yeah, but they're playing really aggressively. This Neon, obviously, is playing incredibly aggressive, but I mean, they show just how capable they can be. Really taking so much space here all the way up into A. Eventually, they have a little bit of a duel there. The Neon loses out, and looking like pretty clean so far for MYTHOS as they head down into long. PUG Squad here going for the road, trying to take long, but gets smoked out already, having to back up, not being able to apply any real pressure onto the site, unfortunately. More util coming out here as PUG Squad gets set up here to try and take a bit of a retake.
And that's just far too clean. So easy to set the site there. They've used their utility perfectly, and they've managed to take that early A aggression that they've managed to get and just take the picks super cleanly. They've not lost a single member, and that's, again, exactly what you want to be seeing on the third round, taking all these Vandals in, as long as they don't misstep too far here. Cover going up. And the smoke cover completely blocking them. They don't realize they're aiming at each other through the smoke, and a fake TP from heaven as well.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to have caught them off by guard, though. Wolf here picks up the kill onto Baby Clara, who's on the high ground in heaven, and it seems like that is that. After the long, prolonged round, they are giving up. I don't think they are going to have any opportunity there to defuse the spike. And it's going to be the first round there taken by MYTHOS.
I love the fake defuse there, just to see, oh, maybe we can tempt a couple to walk back up. Maybe they think we've got the defuse. No chance.
No chance.
No, Mythic are not going to let that happen to them. And again, just a really cleanly played round. They played, again, super far back as we've been seeing from them. And they just managed to use their utility to take this early aggression off them super easily. And then it's a pretty snowbally round from there because they've taken all their A control away. They've taken the site very quickly. And even with 3 players, I know it's on a low buy, obviously, but they've actually taken away that space really nicely and not really offered them a nice way to get back in. And again, much the same setup here.
Yeah, very similar setup indeed. They're kind of all sitting down here trying to look for an opportunity on A. They've got a couple of people posted on A, though. Maybe waiting. Oh, and a kill through the smoke. Oh, no. How
and that's what I said about that Neon.
Yeah.
Not saying that Jet couldn't do that as well, but he gets the pick and just runs all the way back into A site. And thankfully, Wolf's been able to claim it back, but... Yeah. And again, just another group towards A, just 4 players on long, getting ready to walk back in.
Yeah, but they did get spotted though by Austin, who was in high ground, and Heaven, sorry. And I think that's going to be pretty clear for them as they might look for a possible rotate here.
I mean, just look at Alta's position. He's so far up into garage, and with no one there to contest the space. The information that he's getting alone is absolutely incredible, but Nostalgia is going to put his name in the feed. Oh my word, what a double kill. That's a fantastic timing.
Yeah, they've been waiting there the entire game, and just at the right time, they get the right timing, pop out, get a double kill, confirm and get rid of those rotators. There's only a couple of members now, 2v2, with 1 member on C side though, so that does give them plenty of knowledge and site control, as well as a couple of members look to be rotating around 2C. They do learn some information though from the utility of Killjoy. As the spike comes out.
And scoping up so quickly.
I don't think they do. They do now.
Oh no, that was a painful watch. He manages to claim the kill, but oh my word.
Now they're forced into a 1v2 situation. A fake TP comes out yet again, not falling for it, slowly picking the corner, isn't able to find anyone. Austin, though, with the Odin, picks up the kill and is now going to be defusing the spike for yet another round win for Team PUGs.
I mean, they seem to be running this setup quite a lot. Like, they've been running 4 players towards A, and then just getting Killjoy to sort of take space on the other side of the map. And this is the first round where they've had to sort of come back and use that space. And they have used it amazingly, but without that control on C long, you just allowed Nostalgia to just walk the entire way down C long. And that double kill is, I mean, it's almost too easy for him, isn't it? It's just, he's walked down to a position they have no idea on. They think, oh, we're completely clear. We've got so much space on the map. And then there's just that one little cubby that you haven't cleared out just quite yet. And they're quite lucky in a sense. Well, not lucky, but getting that double kill back has definitely evened their chances out for that round. But as I say, they've been doing the same thing. A completely different approach here. 5 men all on C.
Yeah, but they get spotted early on. A quick rush here from Shu using the utility there, and they're going to be quickly rushing down. Neon comes out there with their ultimate, trying to find some kills here. He's only able to zap Shu, though, unfortunately, putting themselves into a 4v2 situation, using some more ultimates come out here from to the actual wall. Titan, though, is gone on a rampage, gets stopped, though, by Alta in the end.
Oh, that's a beautiful display. That's a lovely display of mechanics there. On an almost dire round, he comes out and claims 3 for himself. And almost gets the 4th as well. Just a little bit off the head, and Alta's managed to pick him off. But surely a scary round there, you know, to take the site so effortlessly. A quick rush, a nice tempo change. Don't think they were quite expecting it, considering how far back and slow they played so far. And then all that utility comes out into the site, taking it so cleanly. And then almost Wolf just putting... Or Titan, sorry, just putting a stop to their plans.
Yeah, Titan very nearly just played an Uno reverse card on them, and that was incredibly tight. I was not expecting that at all. A Titan, incredibly beautiful play, just in the right time, in all of that chaos, like you were saying. And, you know, MYTHOS, even though they were doing it, trying to do incredibly clean and aggressive take, as soon as they got discovered, they they executed on that, started getting up those kills, but unfortunately for Titan, even though he did make himself a bit of a Titan in that round, he was unfortunately doomed to fail, and, well, MYTHOS did take the round win, but only barely.
Yeah,
We're waiting for a bit of a time pause here, though. So
yeah, we've got a couple of technical issues, so hopefully we'll be all back and ready fairly soon. But yeah, that's, I mean, heroics for that round. For PUG squad, like, or for PUG squad, that's like, you know, they should have even no way of getting back into that round, considering how easily they took the site, and the space as well that they gained off that push was just immense. And the flood defend comes right in. They're not quite able to get many picks, and then Titan just on his own holding onto that site. And again, just a beautiful display of mechanics, really, right? Like, just some clean headshots, and if he gets that last pick, that's an absolutely ridiculous heroic play.
yeah, it was. It would have certainly been a heroic play. A 4K in that round, early stages. I mean, it's pretty rare to see, you know, more than three kills, 4 kills in any particular round, especially at this level. I mean, you're lucky to see an ace, although it does happen. But an ace is certainly something that. I mean, do you think that's going to be something that might happen? You know, on your bingo card? Would you put that on your bingo card for this game?
I wouldn't have before we got in. Like, you know, it's not a normal thing to see, right? Like, even when you see these aces or big kills, you normally get them on ecos or on, you know, sort of bonus rounds where they've got the gun advantage or they've got some sort of advantage. But, you know, when you see these heroic plays come out just from a normal round, especially one as clean as that, it's, you know, it's quite uncommon. And right, we're straight back into it. A pretty bad buy for PUG squad here. And a nice one for Mythic.
Yeah, well, a little bit of damage that they have been doing in all the previous rounds is going to slowly start to stack up.
And yeah, they're much the same play as well, leaving Alta behind just to try and clear this flank a little bit. But again, 4 players bunched towards C, and the flood defenders, again, ready to come in. But they've not managed to claim much from the site here. Zanx is going to go in. And some early trades.
Yeah, some early trades, but they do able to take up site. And Nostalgia here, using their ultimate, pinging the location of all of Nostalgia here, it's going to give them an advantage for the retake. It's going to force them to kind of give up a little bit of pressure than they would have had. But Alta here comes out with a kill onto one of PUG squad here as the ultimate comes out. Oh no! Soberov is able to find a spike point. It is absolute tragedy indeed. They're not able to fight them down. Eventually they do. It's going to put them in a bad situation. And unfortunately, I think just over that alone, they are going to be able to pick up the kill. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it just shows you how much pressure that bomb gets, right? Like, they just stop the plant from going down, and they're so committed to the C bomb site now. They have to try and get this bomb down. But, well, then just not letting them. And by the time they actually do, the floods come in, and all the utilities just overwhelming. And it's a great eco pickup for PUG squad.
Yeah, absolutely. That was there was no retake there. They were seemingly always in control of C-Site. They just never really. They give them like almost a false sense of security that they had taken the site, maybe. Yeah,
it's almost like they kind of took it for a little bit, and they had some space, but without that bomb down and any sort of solid grip onto Garage or into CT, it's really hard to hold your space, especially when you've not got a clock to run down. And any clock you do run down is your own. So you've almost got to make a play either, whether you try and rotate out, but with 4 players on the site, it's ridiculously hard, or you have to try and get this bomb down or venture into enemy territory, and it's just not a very comfortable position to be in.
No, absolutely not. But PUG squad have been doing incredibly well as well, playing as a team, grouping up together. And Shu here using that ultimate there is able to pick up a kill, trying to updraft, but misses the player below them, gets killed by the judge. A few more kills and trades come out here. The Omen here is able to find a couple of kills now, and it's just a 1v3. I don't think this is going to be any way winnable for them, unfortunately.
I mean, especially with Eternal Nostalgia's positioning here, Alta. He's going to try and make what he will of it, but oh no, they've not got the timing! Oh, the cage! Oh my god, the cage has done a rebound off his forehead. And I think he's been taken by surprise just a little bit there. Maybe fat fingered the button. That's an unbelievable skirmish in the window. I mean, it shows you how much both of them knew about each other's position, because I mean they both had no idea about the timing. I think Killjoy is fairly quite lucky that he had the sheriff, because I think with a gun he probably would have had the knife out, and well, that wouldn't have ended as nicely for either of them.
Yeah, unfortunately not. I didn't know Cypher had suddenly becomes kind of a ninja with shurikens throwing at enemies, but I guess it's a new update that Valorant can consider. Some of it comes out though on A lot.
Might have missed down the patch notes.
Yeah, maybe. Might have missed that on the patch notes. Unfortunately, that is not the case, and they do end up getting the kill anyway, even though they were trying to be sneaky with that knife play, but. So far, all of PUG Squad have rotated, lots of noise coming on A site, but it seems like, though, MYTHOS might be going for a C take. The spike is on that side.
I really like this sort of strategy that MYTHOS have got going on here, like walking all the way up into A long to drop off Wolf and perhaps use him as a decoy, because with all the breach utility, you wouldn't expect like a solo initiator on the site. And here we go, all the utilities coming out, and it's an absolutely perfect bait. 3 players on the site and 2 already rotating. It's going to give them the entirety of the C site for free.
It is, but I think they're soon going to quickly catch on to that. MYTHOS, though, going for a site execute, able to get it cleanly. No one is around, though, to contest them. Killjoy ultimate comes out.
Rounds. But the bomb's going to go down and the Killjoy ult's going to come out as well, just taking that time ever so slightly down. But Titan is going to claim ultra before he can get out soon, and that's a fantastic pick to start the retake off.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. Well, the Killjoy ultimate is out as well. Trying their best. Titan comes out from short, is able to pick up a kill. Unfortunately, as much as Dan may try, it is unfortunately not looking good, and PUG Squad clean defense there.
It's an unfortunately clinical retake for them, because, I mean, the build-up play in that round was absolutely fantastic. As I said, dropping off the breach, a completely, like, incredible fake, because the entirety of PUG Squad have just read it and taken the bait instantly. They got a C site for completely free, bomb down, Killjoy comes out, and it's still not enough for them to hold out that retake. It's an unbelievably well-played retake from PUG Squad. They've gotten some great picks on the way back in, especially that one onto Alter before he can get out, because it just completely shuts down their sentinel play, and then they've got to be aware of the flanks, and it just all collapses from there. It's some great mechanical play.
Yeah, PUG Squad have been absolute masters of retake so far. Really incredible to see here.
I mean, and we've got an almost similar thing going on here. We got the breach over towards A and a couple of players sort of eyeing up that C site, but I don't quite think that MYTHOS are going to be as deceiving as they were in the round 1. PUG Squad seem to have read this a lot better, and the retake's about to start to commence.
Yeah, well, if they're able to pick up a couple of kills, though, it'll at least put them in a good standing. They're now put into a 4v4 situation. Dan trades out for Nostalgia, but beautiful play there for Titan. Beautiful timing. Jumps up, gets a couple of kills on there onto the attackers. I think they are forced to scramble and run away. They've got control of the spike as well.
Yeah, it's an insane double kill, right? Like, the flash just comes out, and even then, Sober wasn't even blind. Like, Dan wasn't even phased by it, but still just jumps up. The calm aim comes through, claims one, and then a second as well. But Wolf's going to show that he can also put his name into the feed.
All right, well, Wolf using that Odin there to great effect on the Neon. Unfortunately, though, I don't think there was any real way that they're going to be winning that for MYTHOS. They were looking in a pretty difficult situation with a Sheriff not very much available, and, well, they kind of were forced to engage onto PUG Squad there, who just had the entirety of site.
I mean, yeah, it's a pretty simple, again, retake for them. I mean, it's been happening all game, right? Is that they can play this build-up play so nicely. Like, MYTHOS will walk up into a great area of the map, or they'll get some great space, and then they just can't hold on to it. The flood defense from PUG Squad has been absolutely insane this game.
Yeah, the flood defense has been absolutely incredible. I'm sure we'll probably get to see it again here, but Austin has not yet noticed anyone from a long, even though they have currently stacked up on A side. Oh, sure, though, is able to get the kill onto Austin. They're going to know them there, but they don't know how many or who.
Especially with that fake a couple of rounds ago, I think they're a bit more cautious about rotating too many players over, and possibly not a great decision either. I mean, look at that. They're starting to move over towards C. And if they seem to know, like, if MYTHOS know about this, it's going to be a fairly easy side take with only Neon on there. And it looks like they are going to go for it. The Astro utility is going to come out, and the side take is starting to happen.
Yeah, but Zanx, though, is able to eventually spot out and find that it's going to be an A take here. Baby here is up in heaven, looking for some opportunities, some angles onto the attackers here. Slowly regrouping here. Titan, though, didn't really care about regrouping up. Oh, and unfortunately, that double flash the play that he kind of tried to do a bit earlier, unfortunately didn't work out. Now in a 1v1 situation between the Cypher and Sova. They know where each other are. Oh, but Dan comes out clutch, saving another round. Ooh, but they've got quite the hill to climb, though, in these rounds. They're quite a large map differential, too.
There we go. MYTHOS has finally claimed the round for themselves. And again, they've lost a lot of lives through that round as well. I mean, some great positioning from Alta through the mid, but spotted out far too early. But I think by the time they actually killed him, they didn't have a lot of time left for the retake. And, I mean, they just were able to clean that round up fairly nicely. The thing you've got to think about, though, is attacker-sided map. They've claimed 3, and the most they can get is 5. They've really got to be making use of these rounds where they've got them. 3 ults online. They've got to maybe think about investing a couple of these now and claiming these rounds back off them.
No, I think so. I think there's no other way for them to turn this around. They've really only got very few opportunities left to make a difference in this game so far. I mean, PUG Squad, I feel like they've been playing this game as if it's an attacker game. I'm not sure if they've really been playing defense at all. Just, you know, attacking the site after MYTHOS have taken the site.
And that might be a slightly upsetting jet entry there. And again, another flood defense comes in, and Nostalgia is going to take Myth. Going to take Wolf, and Alpha's going to go down as well.
Yeah, I think this is just cleanup, unfortunately, for PUG Squad. Just finishing off the final few players. Nostalgia getting a 3k early on already with that unfortunate Jets entry as well, putting a bit of a damper on the C-take.
Yeah, and again, it's exactly what we were saying. Like I think they've actually taken it a little bit too quickly there, like trying to get into the C site possibly before they had enough information or before they were ready to. And again, the flood defense comes in and it's even cleaner than before. Like, it's so easy for them to pick them off. And obviously, again, solar mechanics coming into play, obviously, but I mean, it's unreal. And I'm actually quite excited here. We might be looking at another tempo change, 5 players towards C.
Well, I think it's a tempo that this team seems to be playing quite well. At least I say that, but unfortunately, Nostalgia picks up the first kill there. And Eternal Nostalgia picks up another. The server ult comes out, isn't able to pressure them enough. Another ultimate comes out as well on the... And Nostalgia is able to pick up a 4k there. Oof.
Switching sides.
I mean, that's got to be a heartbreaking round, right? It's the last one of the half. You're going to invest everything you've got into it. A nice little tempo change. Same thing as they were doing earlier, where they were taking the site so effortlessly. And I think it's just been read a little bit too easily. And again, Eternal Nostalgia with some absolutely fantastic mechanics, just taking down 3 by himself. And that just allows Zanx to get all this time in the world to have his Neon ult run in from behind and clean up the last 2. It's a pretty free round from that point onwards.
Yeah, I mean, PUG Squad have been playing so well. They've been playing not only as a team, but also they've got some standout players. Nostalgia, Titan have just been picking up those kills left, right, and center. Just been some perfect timing and getting, you know, the kills just when they need them. Looking like they're going to be going for a pretty similar sort of offensive default than they've gone for before. But Gremlin, though, is able to pick up the first kill. So does Shu, turning this quickly into a 5v3 situation. Bit of a change here as MYTHOS tried to go a bit aggressive, but Titan, Titan comes in with a 3k just at the right time. Trying to rotate around with the spike. Now it's just a 1v1, but none of these 2 players know where they are. Neon, though, is trying to...
They didn't particularly want to swap sides here. Omen's come right into the flank, and so has Killjoy. And now they're just rotating around the map. I think trying to avoid each other as best as possible.
Yeah, game of swings and roundabouts or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. But Omen, though, he's going to be a little bit tense, though, because he doesn't know where they are, but he has just been able to pick up the spike completely uncontested. He starts to head towards A, though. Not much time left for Omen. especially if he's going to be walking around. So this Neon is going to probably be looking for some kind of opportunity. And he's got moving his pants down. No, Neon gets the kill. And Mythos squad able to pick up the first kill there. First win, sorry, in the pistol round. And hopefully this is going to be snowball and give them a little bit of an advantage and hopefully change this around, because this game is a best of one, unfortunately, for these two teams.
I mean, they do need every advantage they can get. With a 9-3 half on Haven, it's quite difficult on your defender side. And I mean, especially when you're down that 9-3. And I mean, especially in those rounds where they should have won and some heroic play comes out or some nice mechanics, it's quite heartbreaking. So they've really got to try and get these mechanics out and win some rounds where they can, because it's going to be super helpful.
Yeah, some really aggressive plays here coming out from PUG squad, aggressively taking the site, pushing Mythos Fate off of the site here. They're starting to regroup here, maybe they're preempting here a possible flood defense, forcing the Neon out. Oh, sorry, not the Astra, my bad.
Variable removed.
Trying to equalize here into a 4v4 situation. Flash comes out. Unfortunately, they don't get that 2k that they were looking from before in previous rounds. What? No! I'm sorry, I couldn't help but laugh. Amazing 3k there from the Sova. Giving them the round there, just
Oh
the
my
right time.
word. Oh, and that's why you got to be careful with these circle-shaped smokes. He's just hitting that tiny little cubby.
He was.
It's like they haven't even bothered to clear it. He's gotten 2 in the back and then a lovely adjustment for the third into the smoke. And that's, again, some nice mechanics from Dan picking up that round. And again, it's quite clean. They're taking in a Guardian, a Bulldog, and then, yeah, the rest of them, a Phantom and an Outlaw. They've got some fantastic guns moving in.
Yeah, in fact, maybe I was the one who misread the patch notes, and Cypher has indeed become a secret ninja that can hide in the little cubby holes and get secret TKs out of nowhere. Who knows?
It must have had some sort of rework while we weren't looking, because I mean the way he's being played in this game, it looks insane. And again, it's a quick some tempo over towards the seaside with these Stingers and the Sheriffs going to take the side for themselves.
Yeah, very similar to the previous story, but they're not playing quite as aggressively for information into a short this time.
They're not quite here for the flood defense just yet. They're going to have to set up for a proper retake. Not if they take the fight to them so quickly.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, they turned it into now it's turned into a 3v3 situation. A standard retake going to be coming out. Titan, though, coming out clutch as well with the Sheriff. Able to find 1, able to find 2. Austin comes in as well, finished the 2. Caught between 2 different spots here. There was no way they could really defend against that in that sort of crossfire.
I mean, that's, to be honest, as perfect as you want to get that round to be with. I think it was 2 Stingers and 3 Sheriffs, because they'd forced the round before. It's an absolutely dire round. They've taken the C site quickly and then had the initiative to walk into that CT area, which we were saying on the other half that Mythos weren't doing, because they weren't, once they got the site, if they got the bomb down, they were almost playing the site and not trying to reach out into these extremities. But that's exactly what PUG squad have done. They've reached down to the CT. They've gotten some kills with their close range guns, and again with some nice picks they've managed to claim a round which realistically they probably shouldn't have gotten, and Zanks is going to try and keep this snowball going.
Yeah, they are not relenting. They're going to be taking every opportunity they can to secure a round win, and this round is just like any other round for them. Another opportunity to increase that scoreline, get them that victory earlier. No point in taking any risks. Oh, but Shu wins that. Yeah, as I say that, Shu is able to cleanly win that duel there. Well, I mean, I wouldn't really describe it as a duel, would you? But
I mean, it's surely a one-sided one. That's unfortunate. I think he's just been caught out of position there, and as soon as the op swings in, there's not much you're going to be able to do about it, right? Especially when they swing into your angle.
Yeah, when they've just kind of sat into that. But I think all these teams now are going to be calling, kind of understanding where people are going to be going. Oh, no! Alta comes out there. Quick kill onto Austin. But the spike, though, I don't think they realize. They've got 30 seconds left there in order to plan this. Cypher is kind of coming around on the other angle, kind of all by themselves, and they're staring down an operator. I don't think there's any... Oh! How unfortunate. I mean, there was an operator staying straight down A long. I don't think there was any way they're going to be able to get out of that cubby hole alive.
No, I mean, it's so oppressive, right? Like it just is going to completely stop that C-long angle from being accessible for MYTHOS, or for PUG squad rather. Like they just really can't get anything on them, especially when Omen dies so early into the round and you lose all those smokes. It's so hard to get back into it, especially when they've got the AWP, because I mean, you don't have anything to smoke it off anymore. Like you almost lose out on so many options that as soon as he goes down, especially so early in the round, I mean, Clove is obviously the fix for this, but you don't really want to be playing a Clove. They just lose all options. And now they've got to be more aware of this AWP, because again, the same thing, if the Omen goes down, or even if a key member like the Breach or the Sova goes down, you lose a lot of firepower.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, I'm actually almost surprised at how this has been going so far, because this, MYTHOS Fate have been able to surprisingly keep up in the terms of the round numbers so far, despite this being, as far as I'm aware, unless the patch notes have changed, a pretty attacker-sided map.
I mean, I've done a really good job to hold on to it. I think this AWP is probably doing a lot for them. But again, like the first couple of rounds that they played, and then they've managed to claim one back there off the back of the AWP, and they've given it to Astra, to Gremlin in the garage. A fairly interesting strategy. Yeah,
well, PUG squad, they've been playing, pretty well overall, but unfortunately, a few times that they have lost this round, it's definitely been almost certainly because of the way that who's gone down first, and just, in those situations where they do go down, they just have no real option to deal with this kind of situations. But the Neon ult does come out. They are able to find one here, putting themselves in a 2v3 situation, picking up the spike here. They think they know someone's around this corner, but unfortunately they didn't find them in time. Wolf, though, playing peekaboo, able to pick up the kill, but gets traded out there with Baby, though. Now in a 1v2 situation with the spike, but nobody is on A site. And will they realize this soon, or are they going to have to go for a retake?
I mean, it doesn't look like it, especially with that fake smoke coming in. But actually, considering how far Gremlin is down into C long, I think they've got a fairly decent read on this, although they're not quite tempted to move just yet. It looks like they're probably going to play off this spike plant. And a very, very cautious site take. And it looks like he's even going to maybe wrap into B, try and take some space back. But especially off the back of the scrappy round, you've got a 1v2 and everything to do. Especially with the AWP online, it's a scary, scary round.
Yeah, it really can be quite scary. They're going for the spike plant eventually, kind of just checking their little area, their local postcode, making sure that nothing's going wrong. But they appear to be juggling the AWP around, the operator, to bring it as well as another weapon, just in case. But they are looking at the wrong part of sight. Because they're not coming from spawn, they're coming from attacker spawn.
As well.
But he's been playing this position a number of times. As the astral barrier comes out here, the spike and the defuser's coming out. Are they too able to interrupt it? But they get killed though. Vaida, who's basically expecting it, easy little position there, and just picks up the kill there because they are forced to, deal with that spike.
Well, I thought there was a little peek through the wall there where he could stand in heaven and maybe shoot down, but decides no, it's fine. So it's going to be chlorophy from the top ropes. He's going to dive down and take one. But I mean, the readjustment after you're falling to try and take down as well is probably not happening. Getting one with that accuracy is quite impressive, in my opinion, at least. And I mean, especially in a 1v2, they've invested the Astro even. I mean, it's a great ult to get out, right? They don't have to worry about that for another couple of rounds at least.
Oh, but here we go. The aggressive first push, though. Ultimates coming out from both these teams. Titan able to find a killer shoe. Austin coming in as well. The Jet, who's in their back line, not able to do anything. Defense are melting away so quickly. Only a Sova remains. Oh, trying to look for a couple of kills here. Maybe damage their economy a little bit, but unfortunately, that is another round win for PUG squad, sending the scoreline to 11-7. Not looking so good.
I mean, this is what we were saying on the first half, right? It's just that tempo switch is so deadly if you can get it right, especially when they've been playing this really methodical, slow style and, you know, managing to put a couple of thorns in their side. You know, this quick site take, especially when the orb's not there, or even if it is that they get utiled out, it's a really nice way just to quickly try and take it back or take control of the site.
Yeah, absolutely. It can be incredibly intensive mentally to kind of keep up with all those incredible quick changes in tempo. But they're trying to put some pressure down and put some noise down on A, but they quickly rotate. They do lose a couple of members, MYTHOS, unfortunately.
Can't use that yet.
But I think they've called it.
Yeah, it looks
It's
like
Pug
they
Squad.
might have
Oh,
read it,
no.
but not quite. Dan is going to fall.
Spike planted.
Yeah, and that Cypher ult as well coming out. No, locating them. They know exactly where to look for them. Could be prepared. Beautiful headshot. And I'm not sure what shooting the environment really accomplishes there, but it didn't seem like it really mattered. The team had everything under control.
Yeah, I mean, as much as we say the Neon is, I mean, you're hearing all these tier 1 pros coming out, oh, Neon is ruining the game, they don't enjoy it, but watching it is just so fun. That last kill there, where Nostalgia gets one, falls, and then Zanx thinks, no, it's my time to trade, slides straight out, absolutely nothing you're doing about it. It's unbelievably fun to watch.
Yeah, a lot of people have definitely been enjoying, you know, Paper Rex, who kind of came in with a quite a revolutionary, aggressive play style of just running it down. And I think that's just kind of a real demonstration that it's really just what people really enjoy. And I think this change is probably reflecting maybe, you know, a different change in philosophy. But Titan, Tiny's able to pick up an incredible kill there on a long on the defender. C-site is left open, but it looks like Pug Squad are going to be going for a little bit of a mind game here. Titan again, perfect timing again, finding another pill on Wolf there as they all start to rush to A site. All these little picks and trades and fights have all kind of withered down MYTHOS.
And this is not what you want to see, right? It's like 3 of your players going down right in the early round, make that 4. Alto is going to fall to Austin Air's ult. And now Dan, he's got a 1v4 to clutch, to keep the game going. He's got absolutely everything to do.
He's got absolutely everything to do. He's got a Cypher he's left. He's got another player who's already courting his attention right in front. He's got another one who's like,
Attackers win.
oh, there was nothing you could really do. He was caught in one place. There was only really one place for him to go. He wasn't able to maybe glimpse that little bit of hope there with a Cypher walking through the smoke. But unfortunately, that is going to be the victory there for Pug Squad, 13-7.